Today I had every reason not to record this episode. But you know what? You gotta do it anyway. No matter what was wrong, what happened, no matter what you didn't have, you just gotta do it, man. That's just where we at. You know what I mean? We gotta do it ugly. This is the Headshot Happy Hour podcast. I'm your host, Shawndalethomas. Today's episode is special. So it's one of those things where, you know, life throw all kinds of curves at you. Life does a whole lot of things to derail the plans that you had in place. I did so much today, or the last couple of days, preparing for me to record today, which was supposed to be a live episode here at the Duplex Coffee and Cocktails. But stuff happens, you know what I mean? So we're going to do it anyway, like I said. So this year, I set out to be intentional about every movement that I have. There's a lot for me to be proud of. There's a lot for me to, a lot that I have accomplished in 2024 that has prepared me into a lot of things that's going to take place in 2025. But man, it's still some things that put a sour taste in your mouth. You know what I mean? So I got a few announcements that I want to make, you know, during this recording. Then, you know, some things that I want to talk about. So one of the things is, I got a question. Like, how do you start your day? You know, what do you do? What's your routine? So my routine is, I have a process of waking up, right? When I wake up in the morning, I have, you know, my form of meditation. Everybody's form of meditation is different. Mine is one of those things where, you know, as I begin to wake up, as the sun, you know, touches my eyelids and you know, I get that wake up nudge. There's always a lot of thoughts that goes through my mind, and you know, I take time to process those, whether good or bad. I always I let them flow. I let them flow so that I can get a good thought process. I always want to start it off good. I take that. Thank you. Miss Etta on the breakfast sandwich. Yes, ma'am. I appreciate you. So I start with a meditative process. I always like things to be, I like to slowly wake up. I never like to jump straight out of bed. You know, there's always that time where you have to, but you know, I start a slow process. I process my thoughts, whether good or bad. Then I try to reach for my phone, and I try to go to YouTube and find something positive. If it's not YouTube, I'm listening to some type of music that is mentally stimulating for myself. You know what I mean? I ain't doing no trap early in the morning. I don't want to go to Facebook because 9 times out of 10 it's going to be some drama. I don't go to Instagram because 9 times out of 10 it's going to be a picture in there that I don't want in my mind. You know, it's my belief, and it's most successful people's belief that how you start your day is very important to how your day is going to flow. And because I believe that, I practice trying to find the most positive thing to enter into my mind first thing in the morning. So that's kind of my process. Like, but I'll be curious, you know, when I post this video, I'll be curious to know, you know, what some people's practices are for getting their day started. So that's a thing for me. So how that kind of came about for me was, everybody has gone through some trying times, but me personally, some of the trying times that I've had. You know, I've gone through some things that have buckled me to my knees. You know what I mean? And I had to find some type of comfort and some type of way of coping positively and dealing with those things. And one of those things that I leaned towards were motivational speakers, sermons from different ministers that I admire. We can talk Christian, we can talk Muslim, we can talk Buddhist. I got, like, you know how people got crates of records? I have catalogs and catalogs of speakers that I admire their messages. So, a particular moment in my life was I was divorced in 2014, and divorce. And I've heard people kind of describe this as divorce as death in some cases. Like when you have a divorce, it's almost like somebody died. I mean, and if you think about the bond and the ties that you had to a person, I mean, it's a soul tie. So it's almost like you have somebody died. You know what I mean? So anyway, I had a tough time dealing with a lot of things that transpired throughout that journey. And I'm not talking about the divorce itself, but the process that led up to the actual divorce. There was a lot of trying times, and I had to find something positive. So I think I kind of started out listening to tdjakes, starting out. Joel Osteen was somebody that I leaned on a lot. And as I started to listen to those different individuals, I found there was other motivational speakers and different things, self-help people that started popping up on my timeline. I mean, it's the algorithm, right? So the more you listen to something, or the more that you participate or activate something, the more that thing comes into your acknowledgement or your consciousness, right? So that's what happened for me. So I stumbled across speakers such as Les Brown, Jim Rohn, E.T. Thomas, people like that had very, very inspiring messages. And the thing about these different individuals, they're all different personalities, and they all have a different style of speaking, motivating and inspiring. And so because of that, I'm able to pick and choose what mood I want to be in, or what message I want to hear for the day. And because I've been listening to them for so long, I know, like, all right, if I want to hear something about the mind, I'm gonna lean into this speaker. Or if I wanna be motivated by business, I'm gonna go to this speaker. So I kind of got these different speakers set up in these different categories to fit, where I want to go for the day. If I'm struggling with a new idea, or trying to come up with a concept or something, that's the first thing that I want to go to. I want to find that speaker that speaks to, those creative ideas, or business development. If I'm struggling financially and I'm trying to figure out how to level up and change my mindset, I'm seeking out a speaker that can help me with that way of thinking. So I got something I want to play real quick though. So this speaker, this is Jim Rohn, and his speech inspired the topic for the day. So do it alone, do it broke, do it tired, right? Like, I've been thinking about what I wanted to say, and I had a speaker lined up, everything. I planned to go live, all of this stuff. I had all of this stuff laid out, and it just got derailed because, you know, certain things didn't fall through. I left a piece of equipment that, you know, kept me from being able to go live, but you still got to do it. You feel what I'm saying? So, and here's the other thing. I've never gone, like, recorded a whole episode by myself. I've always had a guest. So, you know, this is a year of challenge. This is a year of leveling up. This is a year of sticking your neck out there and doing some things that's going to be very, very challenging, that's going to make you uncomfortable. I mean, we gotta get uncomfortable in order to get to where we trying to go. So you just gotta kind of be in that mindset. So let me play this real fast.
You see, most people are waiting for permission, waiting for the right time, waiting for someone to come save them. But here's the truth. Being broke is temporary. Being tired is temporary. Being alone, that's your superpower. And you know what fascinates me? The number 0. Most people see 0 and think nothing. But let me tell you something profound about 0. It's the most powerful number in existence. Why? Because from 0 you can only go up. Let me share something personal with you. Years ago, I found myself staring at 0 in my bank account. 0 opportunities, 0 connections, 0 idea of what to do next. I was sleeping on a worn-out couch in a tiny apartment, eating sandwiches that cost less than $1. My friends thought I was crazy for leaving a steady job. My family worried I was throwing my life away. But here's what I discovered about 0. It strips away all your pretenses. When you've got 0, you've got clarity. You see, when you're starting from 0, you don't have the luxury of fake solutions. You can't throw money at your problems. You can't rely on connections to open doors. All you've got is your mind, your time, and your 2 hands. And that, my friend, is pure power. Let me explain something about having nothing to lose. When you've got nothing to lose, you've got everything to gain. Most people are trapped by their possessions, their positions, their prestige. They're so afraid of losing what they have that they never reach for what they could become. But when you're at 0, you're free, completely free. Free to try, free to fail, free to try again. No one expects anything from you. So every step forward is pure profit. Think about this. Every major business, every great fortune, every remarkable achievement started at 0. That fancy restaurant chain, it started with one person cooking in a tiny kitchen. That worldwide retail empire, it started with one small store in a small town. That innovative technology company, it started in somebody's garage. Now let me tell you why being broke is your secret weapon. When you're broke, you can't buy answers. You have to think them up. You can't purchase solutions. You have to create them. Being broke forces you to use the most powerful tool you'll ever have, your creativity. I remember when I couldn't afford to buy business cards. You know what I did? I learned to make such a strong first impression that people wouldn't forget my name. Couldn't afford advertising? I learned to tell stories so compelling that people would spread the word for free. Couldn't afford fancy office space? I learned to make every coffee shop my office and every public library my university. That's what 0 teaches you, resourcefulness. And let me tell you something powerful. Resourcefulness is worth more than resources, because resources without resourcefulness will always diminish, but resourcefulness without resources will always find a way to create more resources. Repeat, here's a truth that most people don't understand. Starting from 0 is your competitive advantage. Why? Because 0 teaches you lessons that comfort never could. 0 forces you to be innovative in ways that wealth never would. 0 builds muscles that money can't buy. When you're starting from 0, every dollar you earn is a lesson in value. Every connection you make is a lesson in human nature. Every solution you create is a lesson in innovation. You're not just building a business or a career. You're building yourself. And that, my friend, is the real power of starting from 0. It's not just about what you're building, it's about who you're becoming in the process.
It's not just about what you're building, it's about who you become in the process. ain't no more complaining about what I don't have. It's no more complaining about who's not here to help me. Ain't nobody coming to save us. And we got all of the tools, we got all of the brain power, the will to create anything that we think about, right? Anything. And we got a whole 24 hours a day to conjure it up. So that's what we doing. That's what we on. So here's an announcement. We are going to be recording. I'm going to be recording live every first and third Tuesday. Yep, every first and third Tuesday here at the Duplex Coffee and Cocktails at 5560 Montgomery Road. That's the old barcode. Every first and every third. I'm telling everybody this because it's all about accountability, right? And I know I'm gonna have some people on my timeline or in my inbox or text messages like, yo, what happened to that date? And that's what we want, right? This is the year that we stick our neck out there. This is the year that we build our community and put it out into the universe that this is the thing that we want to build and grow, right? And this is my way to do that. So the Headshot Happy Hour podcast, the Headshot Happy Hour network, is just that. It is about building community. It's about sharing resources and just making information accessible where usually it wouldn't be, right? It's almost like Facebook. When Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook, it was all about creating a web of people, and it was kind of a social experiment for him to connect different people to see how closely linked each of these people were to each other, right? And that's what this is. We want to create a web because we can put 10 people in a room, and I can almost guarantee you that in some kind of way, there's a connection between all 10 people, right? Whether it be through relations, whether it be business, whether it be through ideas, whatnot, there is a connection there. And that's what we want to do with the Headshot Happy Hour, right? So Miss Etta with the Better James Project has been gracious enough by way of the owners of Duplex Coffee and Cocktails to let me come in and record every first and third Tuesday. And we're going to take advantage of that, right? We're going to take advantage of that. We're going to meet some new friends. We're going to think of some new business ideas, some new strategies. We're going to find out some information that we didn't know. We're going to find some new ways of doing things this year. And we're going to take advantage of it. So that's what we're doing. Another announcement. So the Duplex is having on Saturdays, starting this Saturday, January 11th, on the Scene Saturdays, a premium social sip with DJ Chris Paul every Saturday. That's going to be at the Duplex every Saturday. So one announcement from shawndalethomasphotography. So what a lot of people don't know, I do wedding photography, right? So most of my business has been through word of mouth, like for all the years that I've been doing photography, and we talking over 20 years, right? It's always been word of mouth. I've never done any advertisement, intentional advertisement. You know, we do our social media posts and things like that. We spark attention that way, but this is the year of intentionality, right? So sticking my neck out there, and I am letting people know that I am a wedding photographer, right? And one way that one of my strategies for meeting new people and introducing myself to the Cincinnati tri-state area is I'm doing a bridal show this year. So I'm doing Bridal Rama, the Bridal Rama Winter Showcase. It's gonna be February 1st and 2nd. I got some free passes that I want to give away. So I want people to stay tuned for that. And look out on my social media pages about the special giveaway that I'm going to be doing. So I'll start that this coming week. So if you know any brides to be, people who are newly engaged, or fellas, if you're thinking about engaging, you thinking about popping that question, let me know so that I can, so we can talk about it or whatnot, and I can get you some passes. But yeah, that's what we're doing. This is the year of intentionality. This is the year of we gonna do it now. We gonna do it ugly. We gonna do it tired. We just gonna make sure that we gonna do it, like flat out. We gonna do it. We gonna plan. Miss Bougie Plans is on my butt every day about writing stuff in my planner. Shout out to Miss Bougie Plans. She got some of the best planners, stationary, budgeters, all kinds of stuff. So check her out. But she's on my butt all the time about putting it in the planner. If it's not written, it's not gonna get done. Or it might get done, but it's not gonna get done the way you want it to. So start being intentional about planning, scheduling, making time for things that are important. So I'm gonna sign off. I think I done talked enough, but I appreciate you. Please share this post when I make it. Go to the YouTube. You can find me. Just type in the Headshot Happy Hour Podcast, or you can type in Shawndale Thomas. You can find me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. You'll be able to find me. I'm going to make sure this year that you find me. I don't know how many people I come across often to say, do you do? Or do you do? And it's like, yeah, I do that. But I can't be salty because you don't know, because I keep myself the best kept secret. And we don't want to continue to do that. So this is the Headshot Happy Hour Podcast. I'm Shawndale Thomas, recording from the Duplex Coffee and Cocktails, 5560 Montgomery Road. And yeah, I'll see y'all on the next episode. All right.